one more, and what we're going to do, we're going to start with the pen tool. I'm going to click and drag. I'm going to make an arch here a little bit. Click and drag another one, and then I'm going to click and drag here, and click and drag up here. So, oops. So in a way, I've just kind of made a, I'm going to hit escape, and that stops it because I just want a line. Right now it's got the fill. Let's do a stroke instead, so I'm going to switch that. So you can see I've kind of got this wave going on here. So let's make it a little bit smaller. Maybe let's make, that'll work. So what I'm going to do is do a line of type on this. So same kind of thing, type on a path tool. So if I click here, and notice that it did it in the center. So it's kind of made a center point on the end points of that path because I've got the aligned center. So I'm going to do that again. Okay, so it remembered the baseline shift before. I'm going to put that back to 0, as well as our kerning, leading, and all the other settings here. So you can see that I've got that piece of type. Now, let's say I want to move that line to the left. So you'll notice as I change my paragraph here, again, that could be done here, to my align left, it aligns left to this marker here, or in this case, if I move it to the right, it'll move it to the end of that. Center will center in between the two, which should be based off of this marker. Now, one thing I can do is move those endpoints a little bit. So I can go back to my direct selection tool, and I can click and drag that endpoint to the end of that if I wanted it to start at a certain point. And in some cases, we may want to move that depending on how it flows across that path. So we could also use this to say I don't want it to extend beyond a certain point. And you notice that as I've moved that endpoint over, it's clipped a couple of the letter forms because it runs out of space. So again, if I go back to my character and change the size, you can see that it kind of fits in there. Or if I, again, change the tracking, it will extend that. But we can move those endpoints to kind of spread the type out depending on how you want that to be. One thing that might work too, and you'll notice that this is quite a severe dip and rise, we may want to change this point a little bit. So I can kind of alter that, make it a little smoother or more gradual. And so that kind of makes that type a little bit more friendly as it flows through on that line and on that path. So we can kind of see how that works. So you can use that as well as a way of using your type. But those endpoints are important in terms of the right end of the paragraph and the left as well as the center. So you can use that in conjunction with the other tools to get the type exactly how you want it.